Hey folks, Gway. My name's Ed Trevors. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm an Anglican priest serving in the beautiful parish of St. Margaret of Scotland that sits on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. The other day, I did a video about Facebook, about division and manipulation. And I talked a little bit about how we can protect ourselves from being manipulated by conspiracy theories, by negative content. That's a matter of love. Practice love. Gravitate towards love. Share, offer, provide love. And when you're not offering, providing, and sharing love, stop. But as I've been reading, and as I've been thinking about this, and as I've been hearing about the algorithm, I began trying to be a little bit more introspective. I began asking myself, this algorithm, its purpose is to provide to us the things that we're interested in. Its purpose is to provide product to us that we are interested in. And so the algorithm tries to figure out, by looking at what we've searched for and looking at what we've clicked and looking at what we've liked and looking at what we've shared, the algorithm starts to build a profile of us. And then as that profile develops, it provides us with more and more and more of what it thinks, what it computes, what it determines to be our interests, our likes. We talk about this algorithm as though it were creating division, and it was creating hatred, and it was creating anger, and it was creating distrust. But sadly, I don't believe that it is. The algorithm doesn't have the power to create inside of you or I. It doesn't have the power to create inside of our communities or our societies anything, good or bad. It does not have the power of creation. All it can do is feed. All it can do is feed and provide. Because at the end of the day, the algorithm is a revenue-generating tool of whichever company happens to be using it against us in this moment. Right? Google has an algorithm. Amazon has an algorithm. Facebook has an algorithm. Instagram, whoever, they all have an algorithm. That's why they're all capturing all this data, as much data as they possibly can from us. The algorithm for these companies is about generating revenue. And the only way they can generate revenue is to send you and I things that they know, or at least they have computed, that we like, that we're interested in, that we've gravitated to in the past. They're not going to show us stuff that would turn us off. They want us to stay. They want us to keep shopping. They want us to keep clicking. They want us to keep searching and researching and reading and watching and listening. And so the only way to ensure that is that they are always giving us what pleases us, what we accept as nourishment. The algorithm isn't creating hatred, anger, distrust. The algorithm isn't creating division. The algorithm's feeding it. It's feeding the monster that is already out there. It's feeding the monster that's within me, that's within you, that's within our neighbors. The desires, the thirsts, the hungers, the interest. It's already there. The algorithm feeds it. But if we're smart as individuals, if we're smart as communities, if we are smart as societies and cultures, we will choose to see the algorithm not only as a provider, but as a mirror. And ask ourselves, okay, it provides anti-vax information 51% of the time. What does that say about us? It provides hatred 59% of the time. What does that say about us as a whole? It tells me that we have work to do. It tells me that our society isn't the bastion of love that it could be. It isn't the world that Jesus asked us to make it yet. It tells me that people are in need. Not only physically, not only emotionally, mentally, but people are in need spiritually. People need love in their life. People need an understanding of what real, sacrificial, Christ-like love is. Tells me that there's a lot of hatred out there. There's a lot of animosity out there. There's a lot of division out there. And yes, the algorithm definitely feeds those things. But that stuff's already there, and that stuff ultimately is the real problem. Taking away the algorithm's not going to make the problem go away. Facing it head on is. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. I pray that we figure out how to combat that stuff. How to fight against hatred, animosity, anger, division, frustration. I pray that we accept the answer that Jesus gave us. That it's a matter of giving ourselves. It's a matter of love. It's a matter of following Him, regardless of the cost and regardless of the reward. Amen. Numultus.